from swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep, flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the, you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's a...
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Shreds it with his stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. From midfield, here's Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The slot man in motion right. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
The Raiders at 8-6 now on the year. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
It'll be Joe Mixon, born in nearby Oakley, California. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Brady. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Palardy. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
You're mine.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. And the slot man goes in motion left. Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll work down inside the 45. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Second quarter for Vegas. The homestanding Raiders were defeated.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Mix it up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Brady now to throw. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
J.J. Watt on the tackle. A loss of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
McPherson's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. To throw, it's Carr.
Got his man. It's Bo Melton.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, it's Carr.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
In motion, the tight end.
93. 93. It's red.
Now Carr again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Adams, the man in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now Carr rolling to his left. And that will be incomplete as well.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete there to Smith. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Brady. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
29.
Play action. Now it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On play action, it's Carr. Pass complete across the formation to Melton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Taken down at the 47-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
47-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Shotgun now for Carr. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Brady. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
So an opening drive interception to begin the second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's good. Las Vegas.
Carr going to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down.
T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr.
Open man, that's the tight end fire move.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Jacobs is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, the Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Brady. And that were not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back. Here's Michael Palardy now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Brady got to have this one. Here's Johnson with a reception. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and 9. Carr. Wide open receiver complete. Now he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. 23 yards the pick up there.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They will run the draw with Jacobs, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one a victory for the Raiders. So for Las Vegas, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.
Boys and girls, I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the couch, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off the fabricate streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the Sandro Pay 5-day stay.